Hello, ladies. We are live. So, welcome to today's session. I'm Antonia Dale, a weight loss coach specializing in helping menopausal women age 45 to 55 basically help them achieve their health and weight loss goals. And today we have a huge topic to discuss, and it's blood sugar and its profound impact on not just your health and your hormones, but also when it comes to your weight loss journey. So I want you to stick around until the end if you can, because I have a free guide for you that is designed to help you with your blood sugar levels holistically. So if you stick around, I'm going to tell you exactly how you can get your hands on my latest blood sugar cheat sheet guide. And today's video is going to be quite educational because I do feel like education is power, and by you understanding what's actually happening inside your body as you transition through perimenopause and menopause, it means you're more likely to actually implement some of the things that I'm about to share with you, which means ultimately it's going to help you reach your goals. So first, let's talk about just understanding blood sugar itself. So blood sugar, also known as blood glucose, is the primary source of energy for our bodies, and it comes from typically the foods that we eat, especially carbohydrates. And managing blood sugar levels becomes really crucial during perimenopause and menopause, as hormonal changes can impact your body's ability to basically regulate blood sugar levels, right? So that's when it becomes a whole new ball game altogether. So we also know that high blood sugar levels can have serious health consequences. So we know that it can cause insulin resistance, which makes cells less responsive when it comes to insulin. And we know that insulin is responsible for transporting the sugar from the bloodstream into your cells. And if not managed, it can actually lead to type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and other health problems. So really important to actually address this and nip it in the butt early so that you can make some holistic lifestyle changes so that it doesn't to come to those health consequences. And we know that during menopause, hormonal fluctuations can significantly influence various aspects of a woman's health, including blood sugar regulations and your cortisol levels as well. So I want to explore how these hormonal changes impact glucose, cortisol, and the actual stress hormone, because we know when that's not managed well, it's going to lead to unwanted weight gain. So this is for you ladies that kind of feel like, okay, I'm doing everything right, and if anything, I feel like I'm putting weight on. So bear with me if that sounds like something that you are going through right now. So we know that menopause marks a natural transition in a woman's life, so it's inevitable, right? We can't avoid going through the different stages, and we know with that comes a decline in our reproductive hormones, mainly estrogen and progesterone. And as we progress through the different stages and progress through perimenopause and menopause, estrogen levels do tend to decrease, which leads to that initial offset in hormones. It can create that imbalance and therefore impact you in many ways. Mood, sleep, appetite, body temperature regulation, so many things are impacted by your hormones being thrown off. So really important to focus on hormone balance, not just for blood sugar regulation, but also for overall health, well-being, and longevity. So we know that estrogen is one of the primary female sex hormone, and it's crucial for glucose regulation itself. So we understand that when estrogen is balanced, your glucose is going to be in check, and it's going to enhance insulin sensitivity. So you want that to happen because effectively it allows the cells to utilize the glucose from the bloodstream. But obviously, with the decline in those levels, and if they fluctuate, insulin sensitivity may be affected, and that can lead to insulin resistance. So we know that we don't want the erratic blood sugar levels to rise and causing those energy fluctuations and therefore potential health issues that might not be managed properly. So that's like, if you're getting that 3 o'clock slam or you just feel like you're dragging your heels, that's all related to what we're talking about today. So In addition to the impact of glucose regulation itself, hormonal fluctuations during menopause influence cortisol. So we know cortisol is the primary stress hormone. In moderation, it's a good thing, but if you have too much cortisol in the body, it can create that fight or flight response. Again, that is for those ladies that feel like, I'm eating a balanced diet, I'm exercising, I'm doing all the right things, but yet I'm unable to shift the weight. You might actually currently find yourself in that perceived fight or flight mode. And we know that those stresses will lead to the dysregulation of your cortisol levels and will enhance further chronic stress. So it's not anything that you want to have, and you want to take control of that as soon as possible, because as well as if you've got that overextended time of chronic stress, you will hinder your weight loss efforts, and it will also lead to insulin resistance. And it's kind of like that vicious cycle that affects your blood sugar regulation, where you go, you get a burst of energy and then you come crashing down super fast. So I just basically want you to feel like you understand the actual connection between hormonal fluctuations and your blood sugar control, and that you know that it is essential for women during perimenopause, but even more so for those ladies that are currently going through menopause, because numerous studies have shown that by adapting a balanced diet with nutrient-dense foods can totally help support your hormonal balance, stabilize your blood sugar levels, and therefore help you lose weight and transform your body. So it's such a huge knock-on effect that can be created just by being able to navigate those shifts in hormones. And we also know that regular physical activity and stress reduction techniques like meditation, yoga, think deep breathing, all of those things help for better glucose regulation and also your cortisol management itself. And then another really crucial thing, if you've been following me for a while, I always talk about the importance of sleep. We want to avoid as many sleep disturbances because they can further disrupt your hormone levels and your stress responses within the body. So by recognizing the influence of hormonal changes during the transition of menopause on glucose control and cortisol, you can actually feel empowered and take proactive steps towards managing your overall health effectively. Okay, so I always like to address a holistic approach first, which includes your diet, exercise, stress management, and sleep that supports hormones naturally and contributes to better blood sugar control during this transitional phase of life before we go out seeking a band-aid solution. And by that I mean if we're trying to stop the feeling from being uncomfortable, but putting a band-aid solution on, but actually we're not getting to the root cause, as in we're not addressing the cortisol issues and the blood sugar issues that are actually causing you to feel a certain way. So really important to actually start from a holistic point of view first and see where that takes you, and stop looking for quick fixes or for further medication. You always want to start with addressing the root cause, and that comes with making some lifestyle adjustments. So there's also been a good number of decent studies that have confirmed that elevated blood sugar levels totally trigger cravings, mainly for sugary foods and foods that are high in carbohydrates. And we know that they basically, once you've eaten them, they give you that really big spike of energy. So you almost feel like you're getting a bit of a boost, but then it comes crashing down double as fast. So that's your usual, 3 p.m. slump. That's the most common one, but it can happen throughout the day if you constantly just feel like, you're just never quite to the point where you do feel like you can tackle your day-to-day activities. So it's basically an energy roller coaster that ultimately leads to more cravings. And it's to seek more energy because, after the crash, it needs a pick-me-up. So therefore, cravings can often play a huge role, which when we're trying to lose weight isn't helpful at all and can make things really, really difficult in terms of seeing the results on the scale. So it's also known that when your blood sugar levels remain consistently high due to insulin resistance, that your body basically converts the extra sugar, the extra glucose that you obtain from whatever food it is that you're eating, and turns it straight away into fat. So it's not even using up the energy or creating energy from it. It goes straight into fat storage mode. So we don't want that. And that's often when you talk to ladies, and they tell me it's like, I feel like I'm just putting on weight, and it's mainly around the middle. So when we think about that typical classic menopause belly, that's basically a perfect sign right there that your body has just started to convert any kind of glucose. Even if you're eating well and you've got a balanced diet and you're not eating many processed foods, but it gets converted straight into fat, that's a sign that we obviously need to regulate your blood sugar levels and manage your cortisol actively. So I want to carry on by sharing some valuable hacks with you to help manage your blood sugar levels actively. And that goes back to that holistic approach that I was talking about. So you want to think, when we think carbohydrates aren't actually the enemy at all. You just want to focus on eating smart carbs, and they totally help with hormone balance and blood sugar regulation. So we're talking whole grains, veggies, legumes. They're all really great for stable blood sugar levels. And stay away from things like pasta, and even like rice and pastries and pizza and all those processed foods, because they are it's fast absorbing bloodstream, gives you that burst of energy, and then you come crashing right back down. So eat as many smart carbs as possible, and trying to keep the others on the low side, depending on how badly impacted you are at the moment. Protein is so powerful, so consuming enough good quality plant-based and sometimes animal-based protein is fine as well, in moderation, because basically that will help excuse me, with a slower glucose absorption, and it's also going to help feel you full for longer, steady release of energy, and there's no spike involved. So most women that come into my coaching world, they don't eat enough protein. Some of the women are totally aware of it. They just don't have the knowledge and the education around, how much protein should I be eating and where do I get it from? And others just haven't got a clue. And they've been fixated on carbohydrates all of their lives, that they completely ignored the benefits of having enough protein in their diet. And then another holistic hack to manage your blood sugar hacks during perimenopause and menopause is to get moving. The exercise is proven to improve glucose utilization, as well as then you want to focus on stress management. So it really helps with balancing your hormones. So that's going back to yoga, meditation, deep breathing, a hot bath, and then lastly that spills over into focusing on getting enough of that quality sleep. So these are your foundational holistic pieces that I get anyone to start out with before we even look at supplements or anything else down the track, because again, we're not here to get the band-aid solution. We want lasting results, and we want to focus not only on weight loss, but we want to take care of those hormones so that you can feel good and do the things that bring you joy. And at the end of the day, it's about the quality of life that you have, and creating that longevity. So I'm hoping that this video has helped you to feel empowered and know that you have got some blood sugar hacks, that you've got the tools to start making some tweaks and changes. It doesn't have to be all of them overnight. Think about it like baby steps, even if you have to pick one of the things you've watched. And I understand there's a lot of information coming your way, so feel free to save this video, come back to it later, and implement one thing at a time. And as always, a good starting point is to embrace a hormone-friendly and balanced nutrition, add in some exercise, overall movement, stress management, quality sleep, and all of that will lead to better health. And we want to get healthy in order to lose weight, not the other way around, because so often I talk to women and they're like, I want to lose weight because it's going to help me become healthy. It's actually the other way around. So the body will let go of unwanted weight if it's nourished, if it's not stressed out, and it has the energy, because don't forget, putting you into a low calorie diet essentially is going to add another stressor to your body. So that's something to think about there. And if you want a little bit more help to take it to the next level, like I said, I have basically created a simple hacks blood sugar cheat sheet. There's some more, a little bit more targeted things that you can do and implement to really help you with those blood sugar levels. If you want that, all you got to do is comment hashtag blood sugar, and I will make sure you'll receive a copy. And I really appreciate it if you watch this video until the end, because it's a lot of information there, but it's just so valuable to be missed. And often menopausal women are lacking education, and that's why where I come in, and that's what my jam, and I'm hugely passionate about it. So appreciate you joining. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to like or love the video and share with anyone that you feel like can also really benefit from watching the video. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.